waking up one day and finding out that your FD account, which you never even touched, has been empty and you weren't even notified. Well, the story is not just about numbers, it's about broken trust, misuse of power, and a bold gamble that turned into a nightmare. So in this video, I'll break down how a trusted ICICI Bank employee in Kota siphoned off rupees 4.58 crore from 41 unsuspecting customers, how she smartly changed OTPs and mobile numbers to hide her trail, what finally exposed the fraud, what actions the bank has taken now, and what this means for your own bank safety. So hi, this is Khadija and you're watching the Free Press Journal. Let's dive into this shocking scam that rocked the banking world in Rajasthan. So let me start with the basic question to all of you watching. Have you ever blindly trusted your bank with your fixed deposit, thinking it's the safest place for your money? Now I will repeat the same thing. Imagine this happening to you, because that's exactly what happened to 41 customers of ICICI Bank's Sri Ram Nagar branch in Kota, Rajasthan. From 2020 to 2023, a woman named Sakshi Gupta, who worked as a relationship manager at this branch, was running a fraud right under everyone's nose. She wasn't an outsider, she wasn't a hacker, she was inside the system, sitting at a bank desk wearing a name tag and handling customer relations. And yet, for 3 long years, she silently withdrew over rupees 4.58 crore from fixed deposit accounts. So now who is Sakshi Gupta? Well, she was a trusted ICICI Bank employee, someone responsible for handling and advising customers about their financial accounts. But according to investigators, she misused her internal access through something called the user FD system, an internal banking software used by staff to manage customer fixed deposit. Now here is what's truly shocking. She didn't steal from just 1 or 2 accounts. She accessed more than 110 fixed deposit across 41 customer accounts. These weren't her relatives or friends. Most of them were innocent, unsuspecting people. One of them reportedly was even an elderly woman whose account she used as a pool account to pass rupees 3 crore through without her knowledge. Now let that sink in for a moment. Do you know how she pulled this off so smoothly? She linked the mobile numbers of her own family members to these FD accounts. That way, all OTPs, that one-time password you usually get on your phone for verifications, were being received by her or her relatives, not the actual customers. So the account holders had no clue that any transaction had even taken place. No alerts, no messages, no calls. It's like the money simply vanished. Now you might wonder, why would she do this? Was it for luxury, for travel, or for spending? Well, no, she wasn't living lavishly. She did all of this to invest in the stock market, hoping to earn big fast. She believed she could make huge returns and maybe even replace the funds before anyone noticed. But here's the tragic part. She lost it all, the money. Every rupee she stole was wiped out in the stock market. She didn't just gamble away her career, she gambled with the trust and life savings of 41 people. And she lost all. Now, let's come to the timeline of the arrest. The fraud went unnoticed for 3 years, from 2020 to 2023. So how did it finally get exposed? Well, not through a system check, not through an audit. It was a customer who walked into the bank in February 2024, casually asking about his fixed deposit account. When the details didn't match his expectation, it raised a red flag. The bank immediately launched an internal probe, and that's when the entire scam started to unravel. Soon after, ICICI Bank filed an FIR with the police on February 18, 2024, and on May 31st, after a detailed investigation, Sakshi Gupta was arrested by the Udyog Nagar police. Here's another wild detail. She was arrested during her sister's wedding. It was supposed to be a day of celebration, but for Sakshi, it was the day of her troubled life ended. So according to Sub-Inspector Ibrahim Khan, the police officer handling the case, she had even created a system to receive OTPs directly on her desktop, further ensuring that no transaction alert reached the real customer. It was a well-planned digital age scam built on trust, technology, and a very risky dream. So what did the bank do after all this? Well, ICICI Bank said they have a zero tolerance policy for fraud. They clarified that once the fraud was discovered, they filed the FIR immediately, suspended Sakshi Gupta, and most importantly, settled all genuine claims of the impacted customers. So in a statement to the media, the bank said, the interests of our customers are of paramount importance. We have settled the genuine claims and suspended the employee involved. But this case raises a bigger question for all of us. Can internal access system in banks be so easily manipulated? How often do you check your FD account or verify your linked phone numbers? Now, importantly, how you can protect yourself from this? Well, here are 5 quick tips to make sure you don't fall victim to a similar banking scam. First, regularly check your FD and saving account balances. Second, always verify your registered mobile number and email ID. Third, enable SMS and email alerts for every transaction. Fourth, cross-check your detail instead of fully relying on bank staff. Now the last, request account summaries at least twice a year. So now coming to the conclusion. This entire incident isn't just about Sakshi Gupta or ICICI Bank. It's about how digital trust can be abused from within. It's about how regular people lost their life savings because they trusted the system too much. But there is a lesson for all of us here. Whether it's your fixed deposit, your savings account, or your investment portfolio, check them regularly. Verify your linked mobile numbers. Ask your bank for transaction summaries once in a while. Because sometimes the threat doesn't come from outside, it comes from the people we are told to trust the most. So now tell me, do you think the bank should have caught this sooner? Or should stronger internal checks be mandatory in banks now? And how safe do you feel keeping your money in fixed deposits after this case? Let me know in the comments. So this is Khatija signing off and you're watching the Free Press Journal. Stay aware, stay sharp and always double check your trust. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe.